Cypher Morrison, and this is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. What we talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings, you ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Yeah. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, co-hosted by Mr. Jeffrey Fernandez. What's good, Jeff? Well, yeah, and it's Prime Day, right? So it's Prime Week, I heard. Yeah, one of the guys I bowl with, he's a logistics manager for Amazon here in Dallas. And let's see if I could share my group. Oh, no, I can share to one group at a time on Facebook on my laptop, but I can't share to, like, I used to be able to just click a bunch of things and share it. I can't do that anymore. Anyway, yeah, one of the guys I bowl with, he's a logistics manager, and he just said insane amount of um, stuff going on at Amazon. Next week, he's going to take off Monday bowling because of Amazon Prime Week, I guess. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm still trying to share a bunch of times, working on it. Um, World Finals. So, are you all set up for what you're doing? Um, as far as your what's it called? Your lodging and all that. Okay. All right. I guess that's probably not too bad to drive that, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Jacob Fincher constantly said the same thing about going over the grapevine. It was nail biting, you know? So, but, and snow, did you do it in snow? Oh, Jacob did do it in snow one time. He came up to Reno through that route, and yeah, and it was pretty. He said it was pretty nary. I think he even told me he had to pull over a couple of times where he had the his car. Uh, oh, says I can't hear Jeff. Can you hear Jeff now? Um, let's see. Try, oh no, they couldn't hear you, Jeff, because I had you muted. That's hilarious. Um, I thought I unmuted you.
Typical.
I know.
Typical Doug.
I know it's all messed up today. So let's see if the chat works this week. I made a couple of adjustments, so the chat should work. Yep,
Yes.
close. Because I am. Oh, there we go. It did. It's working. Up, showing up.
Nice.
So that's from Calvin Friesen. If anybody has any questions about World Finals or what's going on there, please just ask us and we'll get to it. Let me go. I got to set up my YouTube side now. But so yeah, so I just checked into my flight 10 minutes ago, and so I'm all set up. I just got to figure out. I'm not sure where Salina, um, Texas is.
Is that where you're flying out of? Or no?
I need no. I need to go there tomorrow in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Looks like we're not on YouTube.
Yeah, I was searching right now.
Yeah, it shows us on Facebook. Let's see if I can multi-streaming. Go live on multiple platforms. Blah blah blah. Ensure, confirm stream. Yes, done. Huh? It won't let me go live on YouTube for some reason. That's weird.
Hmm.
Shit, Thursday's the new night. Yes.
Oh,
Um,
somebody post that? Oh, okay. Yeah, Spencer did.
yeah, Spencer did. I'm trying to figure out. Um, I thought I hit the multi-stream. Let me see here. Settings, multi-stream, stream, logged. Oh, it. For some reason, I am not logged in.
Ah, is that a new
And
computer?
no, I don't know.
No? Hmm.
No. Facebook and computer programs are dumb. Um, anyway, so I got a text. I think it was wasn't it you, Jeffrey, that asked me about a box with in street class that was on top of a piece of plywood. Oh no, it was a
Mm.
Canadian judge.
Oh, okay.
Um, anyway, I got a Canadian judge text me, and then another competitor texted me about a different one. So just so people that may not know, if you if you're in the street class, as long as you have your factory panels, you can build whatever you want within the space. As long as your factory panels are in um, functioning order, right? So, like in a CRX, say, and
Hmm.
you have that piece of plywood, that masonite that goes over the top of the spare tire back there, you can build a piece of 3/4 MDF or even 1 inch MDF all the way in that whole space and screw your box to it, and it's still legal in street. So, um, but
What
you
did they
have
send pictures?
they did,
What do you look? Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so
But
but
I gave them the typical online judging answer of from the pictures. It assumes that this is correct,
Mm,
but until it is seen in person, nobody will know if it is correct or not.
right. I mean, because maybe it's wood, but then under it is something else.
Right, because all I can see is the wood, right? So
Right.
you should be able to lift it up. Oh, it says I got a notification on the bottom here. It says I should unmute your microphone.
I thought it was, did it?
It is.
Oh, okay.
This was 9 minutes ago. It said
Ah.
you might want to unmute the other microphone. Um, anyway, but anyway, so yeah, street class. You can have wood in your cargo area, but it has to be part
Cargo.
of the box, right?
Hmm.
and then everything has to function as intended. That's the thing about the street class.
I think it was brought up uh, a while back with Duke, the Duke, David
Okay.
Hunt, I believe, in
Uh-huh.
his freestyle, I think, vehicle.
Oh,
His yeah, I think it was Street Stock 1K.
okay. And it had a big piece of wood in the back or something that the box was screwed to.
Right, right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, for you guys that don't know, it's completely legal. Um, yeah, I still got to do laundry. I got to work till midnight tonight and then be back
Jeez.
at in Salina, which I have no idea. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I'm just curious how far away it is because I got to go pick it up. I have to be there at 6 so I can be back at the airport by 7, hopefully. Um,
7 a.m. or 7 p.m., right?
a.m.
Whoa.
And then I got to work till 5 and then catch a flight at 6.
Mm.
So, yeah, my day's busy as hell. And the day I'm working on now, currently, started at 6 a.m. on Wednesday morning.
Yesterday morning?
Yes, I've got about 2 hours total sleep between then and now.
Wow. Isn't that stressful?
No,
No, you're
but it
not
makes
pulling
me
out your
grumpy.
hair.
It makes me
Oh
grumpy,
yeah.
though. Oh,
Oh
that's
yeah.
not too bad. It's over up by Pecan Acres.
Pecan acres.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm near Pecan Acres. I'm next to some alligator, uh, um,
Alligator.
lake. Let's see, what's it called? Eagle Mountain Lake. So I guess they found a 11-foot alligator in there a couple months ago.
Oh wow.
Okay, so Salina is north of Frisco and McKinney.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's north of Dallas. Yeah, like
Yes,
northwest. No,
northwest, northeast.
northeast. Yeah.
Yep, and I'm on the northwest, so I got to go
Hmm.
there, pick up some stuff, and then go from there and go to the airport tomorrow. So,
I think that's gonna be a drive for you, especially
it,
coming from where you are.
yeah, it's like an hour and 10 minutes. So,
Yeah.
um,
Have you got your Texas toll tag yet?
yeah. So the vehicle they gave me
Okay.
had the toll tag on it,
Oh, okay.
and I asked, "So do I abuse it?" And they're all, "Is your time worth it?" And I'm all, "Yes, my time is." So I use it a lot.
When I first moved to Texas, I've never had a toll tag, and living in California, the only time I really needed a toll tag was going into like, man, Anaheim area, coming
Okay.
from where I, lived at.
Uh huh.
LA didn't really matter if you had a toll tag. It's still
Yeah.
always really bad traffic. But so when I first moved to Texas, like every road was a toll tag. Otherwise, I'm hitting, neighborhoods and side streets. So I ended up getting a toll tag. And man, so when I came back here, I made sure to get another toll tag for, the California road because it's just so much easier with the toll tag.
Mm.
And yeah, for sure, you're going to need it where you're at, especially if you go like to McKinney and Frisco area. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to need a toll tag.
Yeah. No, I looked at the toll. It's like $8 in tolls to get to that place. So, but it doesn't matter to me. Company's paying for it. Um, yeah. So I started putting together my stuff. I got a lot of stuff I got to do tomorrow. Got to go get my hair did. I got to
Same
got a
here.
fresh do right before finals. So I need to go get a fresh do. I got my stuff half-ass packed, and then the sucky thing is I get back at 9 o'clock on Sunday, and I have to go to work at 9 o'clock. So
Wow.
yeah. So as soon as I'm gonna get off the plane and then go from the plane directly to work.
Well, that's where your work is. Yeah,
It
at the
is, and
airport, right?
as a matter of fact, the what's it called, the gate that
Hmm.
I'm that currently I'm flying into says that it's only like 5 gates away from where I'm working.
Oh,
So um, so that's a good thing, right?
yeah.
Um, only
So are
go ahead.
do you have then like special clearance to like bypass TSA and all that? So it's technically you work
So
there?
so I do, but I'm not allowed to use it to fly.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean, like I don't go through TSA or any of that stuff. I drive right there
Hmm.
on the AOA, which is where the plane tarmac is.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
drive and park on the tarmac and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So
But
um,
that's on official like work business though, but not for
correct.
this flight coming up.
Well, at SFO, I was able to do that for personal stuff too.
Ah.
But here there's nowhere to they don't have parking and stuff. SFO, they designed it to allow for additional parking on the
Mm.
tarmac. But so you're going to be training Joel out there, and I heard you said Chemo's going to be out on the West Coast too.
Yes, yes. There was an email sent from Solis about the California venue um, with the judges that's going to be there. Uh,
I wasn't copied on that.
should you have?
No,
I can forward it to you if you like.
no, no, please don't.
But yeah, here. So it says the judging staff. It's myself
Uh huh.
and Dana Fernandez.
Who's that?
Wifey's going to be there,
Who that?
and then Chemo and Joel.
Okay. Do you guys have anything planned or anything? I mean, I usually did a TV toss or something.
I was just talking to Dana about that. We were talking about like games, and I told her, man, I recall Doug would do the TV toss. I helped him one year, and I just about cut my hands on the TV because they would literally chuck the TV, had to get in a little square, and there'd be pieces broken, and stuff like that. So we don't have anything official yet as far as festivities, but
Okay.
there was the schedule of events that came out. So from 11 a.m. to noon in California is going to be the competitor roll in. And then we're going to do the competitor meeting at 12 at noon. So
Okay.
give
How
everybody a
far
heads up.
how far is your hotel away from the venue?
I want to say it's like 12 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, yeah, it's not too bad. We could have got one that was closer,
Hmm.
but we're bringing the puppies with us, so we needed a pet-friendly hotel. And the hotels that Solis had, wanted to put us in, they weren't pet-friendly. So
um, well, Moses is pet friendly.
he is, huh?
He
Okay,
is.
I'll have to.
He loves his puppies. Josh Tate too. Been a
Oh,
while since I've seen him on here. What's up, Josh? How many people are coming from Reno, Josh? It'd be interesting. Do you have a list of the competitors?
yes. Let's see here.
We got any of the Reno guys, or
That's a good question.
and then I saw Iasca decided that they were going to have an event the same day as World Finals.
Where
They're
in
having a
California?
1X, yeah, in Reading.
Oh no, I didn't know that. I know they
Yeah.
were gonna have one a week, I think a week after in San Bernardino.
Oh no, they're having one in Northern California the same day as World Finals, and I saw them post, "Hey, who's going to come here instead of World Finals?"
Ugh. That's
So,
quite a distance though. Fresno to
oh, it
well
is
then yeah, but then it'll get the
the
people that
Sacramento people, right?
yeah, yeah.
Um, they'll have to make a decision. It's Sacramento's probably about halfway, I would guess, between
Hmm.
Redding and Fresno. So it's
Let's
not like you're gonna
see.
make both of them on the same day.
So Reno guys doesn't appear. Yeah, it looks like mainly I see
No Reno guys
Sacramento.
this year, says Josh.
Ah, okay.
And I think Joel had like 5 shows up there or something too.
Hmm.
So, oh, that's another thing is Joel's trying to get a 2X certification from helping out at World Finals this year. So you're gonna have to learn him some stuff.
Yes, put them through the hazing. I mean the training.
That's right. Train him up right. Um, I do believe his heart is in the right place for being a judge.
Hmm.
Oh, there's my Alyssa. There's my daughter, Alyssa. Did I make it on time for my weekly show? So she's popping her head in there. She just bought a house in Kansas. And so last weekend I drove up home to Kansas and she did a
Hmm.
housewarming party.
Oh, nice. Is it near where you live?
So that is a very interesting question.
Because you
Uh,
guys moved up there to be, around her.
yes. So we moved and built a house that was only, I don't know, 10 minutes from where she lived. And she
Mhm.
was actually trying to buy a house that was even closer. She,
Hmm.
she says we got crunk. Oh yeah, no, she got tore up. That's for dang
Oh,
sure.
at the housewarming,
Yes.
huh?
Um. Anyway. Yeah. So she ended up buying a house that was 30 minutes away from us. So she moved to the exact opposite end of town.
Oh, doesn't sound too bad. 30
Well,
minutes.
well, it made my wife not super happy.
Hmm.
Josh said the shows did okay this year. Thank goodness for Joel. We should have lots of shows this year in Reno coming up. So, uh, Alyssa says better than 30 hours.
So true.
Well, it's the same. No.
So
Um,
from what Josh was saying, I mean, I
yeah.
think once the Reno guys see that, the stuff that Joe had done,
Mm-hmm.
made DB Drag say, "Hey, let's get a finals venue in California."
Right.
Maybe they could kind of petition something and get something going in Reno. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, so Reno will be tougher for a World Finals just because of elevation
Oh,
and whatnot. Right.
hmm.
But,
Interesting.
uh, you know, it wouldn't hurt your feelings to go and do a show in Reno. You're a fan of the Reno lifestyle.
Yeah, I think I've been there a couple of times. Yeah.
So yeah, that might be something. See, yeah, the Reno lifestyle doesn't do anything for me, but that's where my
Hmm.
family is, and that part I enjoy of it. I'm sure if you talk to Moses and Rosita, they'll
Hmm.
definitely get something planned. Oh yeah, that is true. Josh says driving up the hills pretty rough for just about everybody, especially if you have
Oh,
like a big heavy vehicle. And
yeah.
obviously in October, you never know what the weather's going to be. You know,
Hmm.
so um, whew, man, do I look as tired as I feel? Just saying.
Yeah, your eyelids are looking pretty heavy there, pretty
Uh,
puffy.
my work day started at 6 a.m. on Wednesday, and so
Yikes.
yeah. Joel says Reno is. Oh, Josh, sorry, says that Reno is growing like crazy. My daughter said, "I'm looking rough, my boy." Yeah, like I said, my work day started at 6 a.m. on Wednesday, and I'm still doing stuff, and I got to be there until about midnight tonight. So as soon as I'm done with the podcast, close down my laptop, go over, and I got to be there till midnight because I got to escort people. So hey, there's Leonard Foster. What's up, Leonard?
LOL.
Um, Josh says he sees a lot of attendance in the coming years. I do want to kind of hit on this a little bit. Josh was a really good ambassador for the Reno area.
Hmm.
Every area needs a good ambassador for car shows, and it helps them be successful. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, a lot of guys are often on the fence about competing or even,
Mm-hmm.
participating,
Yeah.
whether it's just supporting the show, being there. But if they have someone that they know who's gone to the events, who's competed, that'll make them more feel at ease, then,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times when you have events, in the beginning, it's a little slow. Sometimes it's just that one person that breaks the ice that'll, kind of get the mood going. So
Right.
I think that's what the ambassadors do, just
Yep.
help ease a little bit of the tension.
Yeah, so like when we were doing shows at Nyman Shop, Nyman would literally go around town and hand out flyers at like car shows or
Mm,
cruising or at hamburger joints, or he would have them in his car, and like he'd go to the gas station and somebody would be bumping music. Oh, hey, check this out. We got a show coming up. You should come check it out, right?
yeah.
Um, and then when you go down to Fresno, you got Moses, and he's a great ambassador for this thing, right?
Mm,
And so he's inviting people. Shoot, I've seen him pay for half the competitors at a show.
dang.
And I actually believe it might have been Moses, but I know I did one show where, yeah, it was Moses. For the
Hmm.
first 20 cars, he paid $10 of their entry fee.
Wow.
So,
That's next level.
yeah,
That's caring about the community there.
yeah. And that was, hey, you know what? Oh, apparently my daughter has not been around much. She just asked, is
Oh.
Nyman still doing shows? Uh, so they still do shows at Nyman's shop, but Nyman passed away about, I think it's 3 years now. It's
Hmm.
either 2 or 3 years.
Is it that long?
It has been that long because I did Autorama the year before as a Nyman memorial show,
Hmm.
and I didn't do Autorama this year, so that's at least 1 year.
Yeah.
So it's probably close to 2 years now.
I recall looking at my rule book, and I think some of the stickers came up that you had put on the trophies
Mm-hmm.
had it in here now. It's like, oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, the Nyman Memorial Trophy stickers I did. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. Um, but anyway, um, yeah. So Nyman would do that. Josh in Reno, Josh was getting guys together and teaching them how to base race, and helping them put their cars together and this and that. They were
Hmm.
great ambassadors for the shows. And then um, Dave Bradshaw, when he started putting together his team of 250,000 members, um, you know, he would have them come out and participate, right?
Hmm.
Um, every area needs those ambassadors, and without those ambassadors, the sport doesn't grow as easily.
Mm.
And to be an ambassador, all you have to do is have an enthusiasm for it. And truly, like in Northern California, you got Moses in Fresno, you have Josh in Reno, And between the two of those, and then we had Dave Bradshaw, between three of those, we built a community that was strong enough to pull a world finals in the California location.
Dang, yeah.
So, and it takes, like they say, it takes a village, right?
Hmm.
So, anybody watching this, it doesn't matter where you are in the world or where you are in the country. Uh, Joel said Dave is now never show Dave. Um,
Oh no.
but yeah, it is super, super important for you to be a enthusiastic ambassador for the sport that you enjoy doing. Um, your enthusiasm shows whenever you tell people about it. I'm here in Dallas, and every time I tell people that I'm a judge for World Finals and this and that, oh yeah, back when I was a kid, I had this system and that system, and just sharing your appreciation for and your love for what you do, you will find so many people have a very similar appreciation,
Hmm.
and you never know who you're going to inspire.
Exactly.
So that would be my call to action for anybody anywhere. Be an ambassador. I mean, another great one is Chris, um, Wall Street Chris. Um,
Oh yeah. He practically took a whole region
yeah,
and made them into this big base race army.
yep. And they came to World Finals
Oh
with
yeah.
I think he may have even had the most competitors at World Finals out of his area.
Yeah.
He was able to do
I
that.
believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, there's another one, Julio. Julio's a really good ambassador. He sponsors shows, and and he's another guy that's got a definitely a passion for competing.
Passion, yes.
Calvin in the chat, facts. Jeff inspired me to make a feet finder.
Yeah, he hasn't paid me for my photos yet. I'm still waiting on my payment.
You aren't supposed to send the photos till you get the payment, or you send them
Darn.
blurred,
Blurred. Must
blurred out.
pay.
Yeah, must pay it behind a little paywall. So, but no, like I said, it doesn't matter where you are. I mean, L.A. I'm sure I mean, Bloomington was starting to be
Hmm.
that, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, but honestly, if you don't even have a judge in your area, you can start doing 1X shows. I mean, Joel took it on himself to be a judge up in Northern
Yeah.
California, Northern Nevada, and look at what he's doing now,
Hmm.
right? Um, Anybody can do it, and you won't hate that you did it. I can promise you that. Just ask Chris, Wall Street Chris. I mean, he has gained friends, and I mean, Jeffrey and I have talked about it on here more times than I can count, but we have groups and friends that are lifetime friends now um, because of car audio. So, oh, he has to make a Feet Finder account. Anyway, it truly is a for us. You know, our friend group really has come from car audio, and you'll be surprised at the amount of people that actually think it's really cool. And most of them won't want to do it, but they would absolutely come out and watch you do it. And you can show them and give them demos. And, I show people at work all the time videos of hair tricks and stuff. And They're like, what? And and these are what we do at all ours. I mean, Jeffrey, at your shows, I'm sure you do hair tricks and stuff, right? You might not do them up at the tent, but definitely do them out and about, right?
Oh yeah, I think that's what a lot of people come to see is the hair tricks.
Right,
It's like a goal. It's if your system could do that, it's like kind of like how they seek like satisfaction.
right.
They just built their system, they'll take it out to the meet or show whatever, and if it could hair trick, that's like the ultimate status symbol there.
Hmm. Josh says he was playing 23 hertz with authority today. That's cool. And the more you get into the car audio stuff, the more you're going to find that um, just what you learn and who you learn it from are going to be people that have way more than um, oh uh, they have way more to offer than just car audio. They might be flooring guys, help you out with your
Hmm.
floor. They might be roofers, help you out with your roof. They might be, guys that sell cars and can help you get your next DV drag car, right?
Yeah.
Because they can do these used cars. Let's see. My daughter says I've been looking on YouTube for the next time I did the hair trick. Oh,
Oh,
for
for
the
the
time
time
I
she
did a hair
she
trick, I can't find it anymore. Do you know what venue it was at, Alyssa? Was it at Autorama or whatever? If you know what venue it was, I can find it pretty easily. So I will find it. I don't know, was it in Reno? Um, yeah, if you know where it was, I will find it and send it to you. Yeah, Josh said, yeah, and if you need a pool table, you might have a friend that does pool tables. um, let's see. Nope, I was like 13 years old. I had waist length hair at that time. That's all I remember.
Oh
And
man,
I
that would have been
couldn't hear for 3 days. Liar. She's a
waist
liar.
length hair would have made for a crazy hair
And,
trick.
and she's blonde, so her hair's not that thick. So it would definitely fill a car window or whatever. She says that was child abuse. The
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I couldn't hear for 3 days is bullcrap. Subwoofer frequencies don't do that to your hearing. Nice try. Um, but yeah, I'll find that one for you, Alyssa. I just don't remember if it was in Modesto or Autorama or it was probably Autorama because she used to help me for Autorama.
Hmm.
So my guess is that would be the show where she did it. I'll have to look it up. So if you were 13 years old, that was what, like 2017 or something, 2016?
You just told on her age.
Oh no, she's much older than that. But yeah. Anyway, no, it's like I said, people will appreciate your enthusiasm and just share it with people.
Mhm.
Tyler says probably a Gary Jillian. I think he meant Killian hair trick. Appreciate that. I think that she's that young. Yeah, Tyler Archer says, you know, I don't know that it was a Gary Killian hair trick, but anyway,
Yeah.
like I said, I can look it
Mhm.
up pretty easy. I'm guessing it was at Autorama in Sacramento
Mm.
because that was the show she helped me with most.
Mhm.
She was running the gate and doing some stuff out there, so um, pretty high probability that it was Autorama. Um, anyway, yeah. Anybody have any questions about how World Finals is going to go? Jeff, do you want to go over real quick qualifying order, how that works?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked.
Yep.
Well, the qualifying order essentially goes by when you register for finals.
Hmm.
So if you, let's see, how can I put it? Um, if you registered first for finals, then you would go last
Qualify
in,
last.
yes, qualifying last.
Hmm.
So there is an advantage of registering early is that you get to wait uh, till everybody else goes up and just kind of see how the competition goes. Uh, so if you register last or last minute, you have to go up first. So there's that. I mean, you're locked, but since you waited too long, you're going to be one of the first ones to go up. Um, Also, on the email that Celise had sent, is let's see here, basically how Sunday is going to get set up for the World Finals portion. So let me start off. Well, I guess to go back, Saturday essentially is just going to be a 1 day competition for the region. Depending on your
Yes.
scores, will determine if you're going to make it to Sunday, second day for technically the world finals
Hmm.
competition. So for DB drag racing, says here the four loudest competitors in each class overall, all location scores are combined. They will go head to head to determine the champion. Only winning scores will be considered, and the score can be established at any point in the competition. Saturday, which is either qualifying, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. Um, so that's going to be a little bit different than the other formats, only because all of the scores are combined for the DB drag racing format. That is, so you can technically have all four competitors at one location,
Hmm.
um, which is has happened before. So don't be surprised if that happens. Let me move on now here to base race. So this is where it gets a little different as far as qualifying for finals for the second day on Sunday. The first and second place winners from each location for each class will advance. So you're taking, first and second, each location, each class, they're going to get put into a bracket, and then that's where you're going to go head to head. I mean, provided there's more than one competitor, or
That
however that works out.
so that's what I was just gonna say. So what happens if, say, you're in the California venue and there's only two people in the 139.9 class,
Wow, then they're going heads up.
and they make it all the way to World Finals?
Yeah, I think
So
that's the strategy we talked about in
yeah.
Texas.
Oh,
Um,
uh-huh.
where okay, so when you qualify for base race for finals, you're not really going into finals locked in the class. It isn't until you qualify finals weekend that kind of locks you into a class. So I think they were talking about, hey, I've been doing 29 nines throughout the season, but you're doing it too. Oh, the top two guys go. Maybe you guys do 29s. I've done some 30s before. I'll do 30s. So that
Hmm.
way I'll be locked for Sunday instead of us going head to head up against each other in this specific region.
Right.
Let's spread it out so that way we could all, make it Sunday. Um, did you want to add anything else about base race
No, that was
format?
it.
Okay. So moving on to Top Dog. Top Dog, it's similar. The first and second place winners from each location will advance. So top dog competition happens on Saturday. Top two guys make it to Sunday. Easy enough. Cyclone, a lot easier, is the highest winning score on Saturday. All location scores will be combined, will win the championship. Um, Same thing with freestyle, the highest winning score on Saturday. All location scores combined will win the championship. So, you know, technically you won't make it to Sunday. Your score that you establish on Saturday will determine the winner. So, uh, it would suffice to say to not sandbag because you're not sandbagging to make the competition worried or anything. That's your run. That's going to determine who's the winner is going to be. I think maybe in all of the classes, I'm not really the one that promotes or say you should sandbag at finals because that can get you in a lot of trouble.
It can.
Some some people have accused me of sandbagging when I was at finals. It was a legitimate malfunction, but I could have really screwed myself if I had been sandbagging because then I couldn't have made top eight competitors that move on and just to hold out on the competition, seeing my score would have cost me moving on. So.
So is that the time that when you burped your car, a whole bunch of sand came out of your doors?
No, no.
Yeah.
But I've seen literally sand come out of doors,
I have too.
but it wasn't for sandbagging.
No, no, no.
But
I did. I can't remember who it was. If it was Chris Norris or Neil Barber, but I remember one. I'm sure it was one of those two guys. Um, but somebody burped a score, and they walked by, and at their feet they threw a bunch of sand. They just threw it around the ground. Said, "Yeah, bitch, sandbagging."
uh,
Called them out. Alyssa had a question for you, um, and she wanted to know what made you want to be a judge.
hmm, hmm, that's a good question. I can't really say it's anything specific, but more so, I think since I was a competitor for several years, won numerous regional, national, world championships, world records. To me, it seemed like a natural transition to
Mhm.
judge. Um,
It was like an evolution, right? It was just the natural
yeah,
progression of what you were doing.
hmm because I think we all go and think to ourselves when we compete, I bet you I could make this better, or there's
Hmm.
got to be a way where we can make this more efficient.
Hmm.
And, a lot of times people that work at, specific jobs, that's why they'll want to become like a supervisor or something. They'll be like, hey, I bet you I can make this company more money by doing this. So that's kind of my thought process was, maybe I could add something to, make this better, to make people want to do this more. That was basically the main reason. Um, it's not. And a lot of people tell me you did it for the money, right? And I have to laugh because we don't go into this, like we're going to be rich. Um,
We don't make
I,
a living doing it, for sure.
exactly. But that's kind of nice on the side. But for the most part, is just seeing what I could add to make this better.
So what Jeffrey's saying is I wasn't good enough as a judge, so he had to step in and correct all the things that I was doing wrong. So
That kind of does sound like that, but
it does.
it's funny. It might sound that way, but my style is similar to your style, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure exactly which that I'm able to pick and choose what I want and
But
what I don't want. I think more so is because you were the only judge around that time in
Yeah,
California, and you were Northern California. There
right.
wasn't really much in Southern California. I know Andy Tusher was starting to do events in SoCal, and
Hmm.
that's when we actually partnered up. And of course, I brought like a lot of
Lumen
the
Audio.
following.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Andy brought, well, I mean, let's face it, he had a term lab,
He had
he
the
had a
equipment.
setup, he had
Yeah.
the equipment, and then we just clicked and we just started doing shows together,
Hmm.
and yeah, so
Yeah. Alyssa says that's kind of what it sounded like to her. So no, and really, you know, I picked and choose the parts that I really appreciate from Mike Jaffe, for you people that have been around
oh yeah,
forever.
that's right,
And
Yusaki.
yeah, and there was definitely things that I don't do that Mike did. I don't do frozen T-shirt contest and stuff like that. And Mike was a dirty old man, and when he was a judge, but he can get away with it because everybody knew he was a dirty old man. Um, and but he the way he interacted with the competitors and the crowd, I could appreciate that. And so I thought, me as a judge, I would come on and I would expand on that part. And so that's what created my style. Was I started with Mike Jaffe. Now Jeffrey comes along and he's doing his version of my style. And once again, what I do on the mic may not fit his personality or how he likes to do things, but there is part of it that he appreciates, and so he takes that part and makes it his own thing. Um, and I see that with a lot of the judging, and that's one thing I really really appreciate about DV drag judging is we tend to get a pretty consistent way of judging across to all of the to all the areas. It's fairly consistent. Now, I will say I've been told by a lot of people I'm a little more energetic and um,
I'd say
interactive,
intense.
intense.
More intense.
And Joel says he copied "Beat the Boss" from me.
Yeah,
Um,
there you go.
yeah,
Inspiring
yeah,
new judges.
yeah. And realistically, if you guys are a judge and you want to steal something I'm doing, more than welcome to it. If you need an email on my Sonic FX for, um, so you can have a business email, I will set you guys up. I'm here to help you guys grow as judges and make this DV drag portion as good as we possibly can. Alyssa says, "What about you, Dougie Fresh? What made you want to be a judge?" Well, back in the day, so just so everybody knows, this is my 20th World Finals this year.
Wow.
So I talked to Ray Choi about that. He actually started a year before me, but he took a 5-year hiatus.
Hmm.
So, but for me, this will be my 20th World Finals. Um, my daughter said, "Yep, you're old." Um, what happened is I was a manufacturer, and the best way to show off my equipment was to host an event.
Hmm.
And getting a judge to come there at that time was really expensive.
Hmm.
So once again, I found out that anybody can host a 1X event. So I started hosting 1X events, and Wayne Harris heard about some of my shows. Um, he sent somebody to watch one of my shows, or
Oh.
something happened. Anyway, so some other judge happened to have seen my show and said I did a good job. And so he called me to be part of a G4 TV show. And at that point, I just kind of became a judge. I stopped competing. It was much cheaper to be a judge than a competitor. um,
So true.
there is a lot of cost into being a judge, and the way I had my shows set up, until I got the 20th entry into the show, I didn't even make a penny. My first 20 entries went to just paying the bills for me to put on that show.
Mm.
So, um, if you guys want to know how much money we made, that should give you a good indication of what we got to do. I mean, how many shows have you guys been to as competitors that only had 14 entries, 17 entries, 13 entries? That doesn't even cover that at me doing a show that doesn't even cover the cost of all my, my travel, my food, sanctioning fee, trophies. That cost is not even covered at that. So until I have 20 entries. So
Hmm.
just so
Interesting
you
that
get,
you can quantify that.
well, I can. I've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
And like Jeffrey said in a previous cast, I'm kind of just by the seat of my pants. Hey, you want me to go do a show? The morning of the show, I grab my laptop, I grab my stuff, I drive out there and just put up the tent and go to work. And
Mm.
Jeffrey's a lot more into, he's going to test stuff, make sure this is
Yeah.
working. And
Oh yeah.
it would stress Jeffrey out to do it the way I do it. But, like I said, I've been doing this long enough that it's just automatic. And when I run into issues, I already know what the issues are and I have an opportunity to fix them. And it's not because I'm smart or anything like that. It's because I've had every issue. So I learned how
Hmm.
to fix it and just kept that knowledge and, you know, move forward with it. So, but yes, just so everybody knows, this will be my 20th World Finals as a judge. So, kind of cool. I can appreciate that. Um,
Are you like stopping anytime soon? Is that what?
Currently, don't have any plans of stopping it all.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I'm trying to see how my new lifestyle fits with this whole thing, though.
Hmm.
It is still worth judging, says Calvin Friesen.
Oh, okay. Or
Um,
is that
it,
a question? Is it still worth, or it
oh,
is still worth judging? Okay.
yeah. Um, I will say the way I run my shows, it is expensive the way I run my shows.
Mm.
Um, my belief is probably Jeffrey breaks even at around the 14 car mark instead of the 20
Mm.
car mark, 20 entry. He doesn't run his shows as elaborate as I did. I had metal trussing, I have a trailer,
Hmm.
um, you know, but if you're getting 25 entries, you're not making a living at it, but you're making it so that it's at least worth your time. And um, less than that, you're purely doing it for the love of doing it.
Exactly. And like how I was saying, it's interesting how you quantify that because I've done maybe a couple of times where I try to factor in, okay, how much should I spend on food going out to the
Yeah,
show? How much should I spend on gas? But it all just becomes a blur. And it's like, I get to the show and then, that's just for the love of it
yeah,
is how it ends up being. Because I think if I try to do it that way and I'm trying to, okay, what I put in and what I got,
yeah.
I think I'd be pulling my hair out, and I'll be in a different vibe where I'm like doing
You're
it for the wrong reasons type thing.
exactly. I believe that to be true.
Mhm.
And I can separate those two things, and
Yes, yes.
and so that works for me. Um, and like I said, ultimately, what I'm looking for is to at least have broke even it by the end of the year. That's what I was looking for.
Mhm.
I always was positive money, but I think that was as similar to Jeffrey or any other good judge. Um, the better judge you are, the better product you uh, give to the competitors, the more you will, the more you'll make. What's that saying? If you do something you love, you'll never work a day of your life, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I
um,
will say though, maybe up front,
oh yeah.
like the cost is kind of a little hard to bear sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's same thing when I first started competing. Of course, nobody was sponsoring people if you were just starting out. Nobody was throwing competitors money. You had to like you know, put in the time and, buy equipment like the initial startup. And then when people start seeing, hey, that's when they'll start with the sponsorships. Hey, this guy's been to like 2 or 3 world finals, place, so maybe you might not get it for free, but you might get like a killer discount.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how judging, I guess, is. The initial startup is probably a little costly, but then, I'm not paying for the tent every time I come up there, come up
All
and
right.
do an event. I'm not buying a
Well,
computer every
right.
time.
So things like
Yeah.
fixed cost, right? So your tent, your
Yes.
computer, your trailer, whatever, you paid for those up front, but every time you use it, the cost per event decreases, right?
Mm,
So if you use a
right.
tent one time, it's $1,700 for that tent. So that show costs you $1,700. But now if you've used it 10 times, now at that show,
Yes.
now that tent only costs you $170 instead of 1,700. You know, so
Exactly.
so it all washes out eventually. But like I said, there's a lot of maintenance in maintaining your equipment, your PA system, your microphones, your term lab, uh, laptop, all that stuff you have to keep maintaining, and those all cost
Yeah.
money too. So I was putting
Promoter.
on, yeah, I was putting on 75,000 miles a year on my vehicle, putting on shows. So um, that's a lot, and to be honest, you lose that time with your family too, right? Is
Yeah.
it fortunate for you? Your wife helps you at the shows. That's awesome. I forced my children to work with me.
Force
Yeah,
them.
yeah. And Leonard says, and you need backups. And I'm the kind of
True.
guy, because I do fly by the seat of my pants, I had backups for my backups. So, I was rolling at least three deep on everything. See, there she goes again. Child abuse. No, it's child labor, and it's not against the law if it's your own child. Just so everybody knows.
There you go.
But anyway, all right, Jeffrey, it's that hour. I got to go back to the airport and
Ah,
freaking sit there and wait for them to finish floating out the floor so I can take them out of the premises and then do
okay.
whatever. So,
Before we sign off, though, I just wanted to mention, and it's listed in the email that Lise had
okay.
sent out, but the sponsors of
Oh, yes, please.
finals. Um, Thankfully, she put a list together. I've actually compiled the list a couple weeks ago, but it wasn't as many as she listed here in the email. But
Comprehensive, yeah.
yes, yes, yes. So to start off, Def Bonds Kicker, who I believe is the premier sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Orion is the ring
Ring.
sponsor.
Yep.
And if I missed what specific sponsorship for finals this company is for,
Sorry.
I apologize. Next up is Sound Digital, Excess Power, Soundcheck Customs, which is it's
RP.
it didn't used to be where a shop would sponsor finals, and it's cool that
Yep.
we're
And
doing
there's
it now.
multiple. There's teams and everything
Yes,
sponsoring finals.
teams.
Yeah.
So yes, RP at Soundcheck Customs in Indiana, they're sponsoring finals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, DC Audio, who's a sponsor of the
West Coast.
California location. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sundown Audio, Ampere Audio, Ground Zero, and we got a couple more here. 12 Volt Central Studios. Can't recall if Mike Van Horn, I believe is his
Yep.
name.
Van
The guy
Horn.
behind,
Yes.
yes. He's sponsoring finals. Tennessee Base Racers, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
uh, SPL
Teams.
teams.
Yep.
Um, Next up is Incriminator Audio, Nicholas
Oh,
Wright over
so he
there.
got in there this time. I didn't think
Yes.
he was going to make it this year, but that's
Hmm.
awesome.
Another team Space for Base, which we all know is Moses and company.
Yep.
Another sponsor is FX Audio, and I believe this is probably the West
That's
Coast
Ray.
spot. Yes, that's Ray Choi.
Yep.
It's funny how it's listed here. So it's FX Audio, which is Ray Choi, and then Audio Concepts, which is Ray Aragon.
Correct.
But yeah, so that's the list that Celise had put out as the sponsors. If I forgot anyone, I apologize. It wasn't added onto the list. Now I think they're adding sponsors like, I think there was one that was added today. So
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We need your help to make the World Final successful.
Yes.
And for those people that bitch and complain or whatever, um, I promise you, Wayne and Celeste lose money every year. Uh, they lose money
Mm-hmm.
every year on World Finals. So, okay. So, with that being said, yeah, I gotta go do some stuff. I'm gonna take a nap. I don't know. I'm gonna go sit at the airport, find a spot, take a nap for an hour or something. Because I'm feeling tired right now. It's kicking my butt.
Uh-oh.
So, and I still got another 3 hours before we're done.
Ooh,
So,
splash some water on your face. I know you
yeah,
you probably don't do energy drinks,
no
but
energy drinks, but I got my water bottle right
there you
here.
go.
Um, but all right. Well, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Check in. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, the bell notification so that you can see when we go live this weekend. Where Jeffrey and I are trying to set it up and go live from World Finals on Saturday afternoon. So if you guys, like I said, hit the like, the share, the notification button. All right, guys. I want to thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you guys on Saturday. And then after that, we'll be back on Thursdays. All right.
Yes.
Peace.